Hey everyone, this is Lori Delk-Radecki, and today is lesson 10, and it is visual victory, integrating technology and using visual aids. So this lesson is going to focus on how to strategically use slides, videos, and other technologies to enhance understanding and engagement while avoiding common pitfalls like reading directly from the slides. And so we've all been there, right? You're sitting in a conference room or an auditorium, and the speaker clicks to their next slide, and the screen fills with a wall of text. And then they proceed to just turn their back on you and read every single word line by line. You find yourself, if you're like me, reading ahead, getting bored, and suddenly, you're checking your phone. The speaker's relying on their slides as a crutch, and the audience is left disengaged. The slide tech has become the entire presentation, and the speakers just become an afterthought. So today we're going to change that. We're going to transform your visual aids from a crutch to a catapult, making it a powerful tool that is going to launch your message with clarity and with impact. So once again, our topic is visual victory, integrating technology and visual aids. In a world that is saturated with information, your visuals aren't just a background, but they're a critical component that can make your message memorable or forgettable. So my goal is simply to inspire you to think of your visual aids not as something that you have to do, but as a dynamic partner in your communication. We're going to learn how to strategically use slides, videos, and other technologies to enhance understanding and to amplify your message and avoid those common pitfalls that just undermine so many presentations. So we're going to explore the why behind the visuals, and then we're going to dive into the practical how-to by covering some key principles for using slides effectively. And finally, we're going to look at how to leverage technology to bring your entire presentation to life. So the first part is the why, the power of seeing and believing. So think of human cognition and the visual advantage. Why are visuals so powerful? Because the human brain is hardwired for visual processing. We are visual creatures. The brain processes images up to 60,000 times faster than it processes text. So when you combine your spoken words with a relevant visual, then you create that dual coding effect, which means your audience is far more likely to understand and retain your message. You're not just speaking to their ears, you're speaking to their eyes and to their memory. So imagine trying to explain a complex data set without a chart, or a difficult concept without a diagram. Visuals cut through the verbal clutter. They simplify the complex. And a well-designed chart can actually tell a story about trends and patterns in seconds that would take you minutes or even hours to explain with words alone. They provide a visual anchor for your audience's minds. But the visuals aren't just data. They're about emotion. So think about a powerful photograph or a short video clip or a compelling graphic Those things can evoke an emotional response that builds empathy and makes your audience care. They break the monotony of a monologue and turn your presentation into a dynamic, multisensory experience. They grab and hold attention in a way that a lot of times just words won't or can't. And a professionally designed and well integrated visual aid subtly reinforces your credibility. It shows that you've taken the time and the effort to prepare a polished presentation. It signals that you're an expert who can communicate complex ideas with clarity and with confidence. So next is the how. So some principles for strategic integration. So the main thing is visuals aid. They don't replace. This is the most critical principle. Your slides are not your teleprompter. They're a supporting actor. They're not the lead star. So you are the speaker. You're the one connecting with the audience. If you're just reading from your slides, it's the single most common and most damaging mistake that you could make. You should not have every word that you're going to say on your slide. You should have it memorized. Your words and your visuals should work in harmony together. You speak the narrative and your visual provides the proof, the data, or the emotional context, whatever it is that you're talking about. And think of your slides like chapters in a book. Each slide should convey one single clear idea. It's going to focus the audience's attention and prevent them from being overwhelmed. If you have a list of 5 items, consider giving each one its own slide. Or at least a slide with that simple, clean progression. This forces you to be intentional, and it allows your audience to process each point before moving on. So simplicity is the soul of a good design. So once again, use minimal text. Use headlines or short, punchy phrases. And if you can't read it from the back of the room, then you've got too much text. And make sure to use high quality visuals. Use sharp, high resolution images. If they're pixelated or blurry, because on the internet, images don't have to be as high quality. But in a presentation or in print, they need to be a better quality. And then think about the contrast and is it legible? Make sure to choose a simple font and ensure that high contrast between the text and the background. Light text on a dark background or dark text on a light background is always a safe bet. There's people out there that are colorblind, so blue on a green background is not going to work for some people, or yellow or orange on a red background. Those examples are not going to work. So you want to think about that because not everybody can read it. So make sure that it's will stand out. And then maintain a consistent color scheme, fonts, layouts through your presentation. It makes it look polished and professional. And integrate, don't decorate. Your visuals should be woven into the fabric of your speech. Don't just show a slide and then talk about something completely different. Point to a specific part of a chart. Reference the emotion in a photograph. Your visuals should be there to help you tell your story more effectively. They should be seamless extensions of your narrative. And so beyond your slide deck, other visuals or tech tools. So you don't have to limit yourself to just static slides. A short but impactful video clip can also be a game changer. It could provide a powerful testimony, a quick demonstration, a burst of emotion that elevates your message in a way that just a slide wouldn't. Or think about props for, depending on what subject you're talking about, a physical prop or a live demonstration could be far more powerful than any slide. So if you're giving a talk about a product, then show it. If you're teaching a technique, do it live. This provides a tactile, real-world connection for your audience. And with modern technology, you could even make your presentation interactive. You could use a simple polling tool to get real-time feedback from your audience. You could use a live visualizer to show a concept in action. It can turn a passive audience into active participants and make your speech truly unforgettable. So today we've elevated our thinking about visual aids and that they're not merely an afterthought, but they're a vital strategic component of your message. So we've seen how to leverage their power by remembering that they aid your words, not replace them. By focusing on one idea per slide and by designing for clarity, and also by integrating them seamlessly into your narrative. So remember, a great speech is a synthesis of a strong content, of powerful vocal delivery, and compelling nonverbal communication. And now you've implemented strategic visual victory. So your visuals should be a testament of your passion or of your professionalism. They should be a vibrant illustration of the value that you're offering to your audience. Now, you might be somewhere where it's not available for you to do a presentation. And with that, like if you're going somewhere else to speak, at another church, at an event, at some other ministry, you might have your laptop, you might have your, a projector, you might even have brought a screen, but they might not have anywhere for you to put it. So you have to be prepared and you have to be able to do it without your visuals also. But my challenge to you is simple. The next time you prepare a presentation, don't just put the slides together. Instead, ask yourself, how could this visual help my audience see what I'm saying? How could this image or chart make my message undeniable? And by answering those questions, you'll move from simply presenting to truly connecting, and you'll achieve your visual victory in every speech that you give. So go and illuminate your message with powerful and purpose-driven visuals. So I hope this lesson helped you, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, everyone.